Hey guys, it's Jessie. So today, I'm going to talk about something more serious, that I've wanted to talk about for a while. So, this is like completely, it's like edited, but most of this is just like my unfiltered thoughts on the subject, and you can probably tell what I'm going to talk about from the video title if you know me. And if you don't know me, hemiplegia, mild hemiplegia. I've had it since birth, where basically what it does is it causes the right side of my body to be weaker than the left. And you can like see like my hand is like smaller and like doesn't work as well. If you've watched some of my older videos, you probably noticed like some weird mannerisms that you thought were odd. And so it's something I've been struggling with my entire life, and there's nothing that I can do. But what's just really hard is that it's not really noticeable. I'm going to quote the title of the video, but it's an invisible disability to an extent. You can definitely see that like my walk is weird, or like my hand is weird, but beyond that, that's it. And those are very subtle sometimes, so people can't really pick it up very well. And it's hard because you feel weird asking for help, or you feel that you're not worthy of the help when you need it, or when you do ask people for help, hard, they overcompensate and they treat me like a glass doll. And this video has more of a point to it besides me just complaining about the people in my life, but I think it's mainly just like we don't think about, at least I don't even, well, I do kind of, but I think that people with disabilities are a little less on people's radar, especially if they're as unnoticeable as mine. I've had many of my friends say, I literally forget you're disabled all the time, and that for me is what I want. I want to be treated like any other regular person. It's so irritating because I can't freaking do quotation marks correctly, and it's so irritating to do one-sided quotation marks. Anyway, that's for me. I want to be treated like anyone else, but that's not the case for everyone. And I think what this video is trying to do is to just like inform you all of that. I guess for me as a person, but also to realize that you're going to meet other people in your life who are disabled. They may not tell you because, like me, they want to be treated like anyone else, and they don't want to have like have you build these preconceived notions of what they think, of what you think we need or what they want. And so you need to just like be respectful of that. And if they do come up and tell you, it's because they think that maybe they'll need help. I do that a lot for like my classes this year, for things where you might need to do two-handed tasks. I'm up front with my teachers to be like, look, this might happen, because I definitely think, so it's important that if someone does come up to you and tells you something, that they're disabled or whatever, that you need to be respectful of them and what they ask for you. Because for me, I don't want any special treatment. I make jokes about getting special treatment all the time. Like, I have a handicap pass and my mother calls it the get out of jail free card, and I'm like, woo, it's so cool because I don't need to walk as far and it's easier for us to find parking spaces. But in reality, I don't want that. But you definitely need to make sure you're asking people, if they come up to you and tell you that you need to ask them specifically what they want. Because me, I'm a very independent person, and when someone offers help when I don't need it, or when I don't ask for it, it makes me very upset, because it makes me feel like I'm inadequate when I can't do things by myself. That's definitely something how I feel, is that you need to be very respectful. Not even just like physical disabilities, people who are like mentally not like stable, or just like whatever, like mental problems people have. You need to ask questions, because if they come up to you and tell you they're comfortable with you, and so the next thing you need to do is start to ask questions about what they need or what they don't need or what they want or what they don't want. This is also just to like inform you guys so that I can be me and not hide myself on camera, because for a while I've stayed rather stationary in my videos because I'm uncomfortable with sharing this, because it's really awkward to not have full capacity of my body. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about might be it's a trigger warning. It's a little on the depressive side. It's definitely a hard thing to grow up being disabled, and especially for people, because hemiplegia is also something that can come with a stroke, and that has got to be the most difficult thing, to be a fully abled person and then wake up the next morning and lose your complete control over half your body. And so it's definitely been a really hard thing for me in my life, and like, I mean, it's made me the person I am today and all that like cliched stuff, but it's really hard. Like, sure, I'm like stronger and I take less for granted, but everyone has their crap in their life, but it's just something I've had to fight through, and I'm gonna have to continue fighting through for my entire life. And it's hard to feel like a lesser human being, or to feel like you're not adequate enough, or that because you can't have complete control over your body that you're not able to do the things you really want to do. Like, I'm a very passionate actor. I don't have time for it because of my academics, but I love to act. But I'm always have a hard time because on stage you are being watched by a lot of people, and I feel like I stick out, and it's really hard. And it's just hard, especially when you're a little kid, because you have all these things you want to do. You want to be able to go run with all the kids, and you want to go play on the monkey bars, but you can do most of the things you want to do, but then there's those few things that you just can't do, or you fall down all the time and you come home with a bunch of scrapes and bruises because you are clumsy, because you don't have full control of everything. So that's always been very hard, and just like that feeling of inadequacy, and like, it's just really hard. And it was a lot for me as a kid to go through, and I would have days where I was just very like not happy with who I was as a person, and I think we all go through this, but I think it's not, you don't get that way when you're 5-6 years old, which is what I was dealing with. I would come home and just cry because I was just so upset with not being able to be on the monkey bars and doing all this other stuff. I also grew up very self-conscious. I was also self-conscious from a very young age because I have to wear a brace. I've had to wear a brace since day one. And I've gotten a lot of stares from kids over the years, and them asking me why I need it, and I've developed a very good answer, which is it helps me run, which I use a lot now for little children and whoever else may ask. But it's still really hard to get all these stares and to get all the questions a lot over and over again. And I think people who don't know what it is, they don't know how to act, and it's a brace. Like, it's not that big of a deal. People wear braces all the time, but even today, someone, I don't know, they just like thought of it as a joke, and so they were like, I guess I should show you my brace. It's carbon fiber. So it's not attached to my shoe, it just goes into my shoe. So this is my brace. I've had a couple different models over the years. This is what I've been using for a few years now. So as you can see, it's pretty bulky, and I've got a lot of jokes. My friends have told me a lot of jokes about how it looks like a shin guard. So it comes in handy during PE soccer times, but that's about it. It's pretty bulky on the sides here, and so that makes it hard to go shoe shopping, which sucks because sometimes I want to wear heels and I can't because I'd fall on my face and die. I'm definitely better at it now, but today someone was just making jokes about it. Know what it was, but she kept tapping on it and making comments about, I don't even remember what it was, but she just kept tapping on it and making jokes about it, and I was like cool with it because it doesn't usually bother me, but what she was doing today really bothered me, and I wanted to make this video for a while, and that kind of spiraled into like a wanting even more to make this video. So beyond just telling you for the channel, for channel purposes, for future videos, and for awareness for disabled people in general, and like paying attention to what they want, it's also just of like I guess a hemiplegia awareness video, because it's not very well known, and it's more common than you think it is, but then again, it's not super common. And so I just think it's important that everyone is educated about it, because there are people who are on the very far spectrum of this, who are in wheelchairs and have very hard time speaking or can't speak at all. And then there's people like me who have full mental capacity and are only slightly have issues moving around with stuff. And then there's people in the middle and everywhere else in between. But it's just important to like realize this, because not every single one disabled person is going to fit some idea or mold, because most of the things that people that are cause them to be disabled. But so we don't fit a single mold. Most of us are on a huge spectrum. When I go to hemiplegia conventions, there's such a wide variety of people there. And that's also really important to know. This is what this video is. I'm sorry if it's super jumbled and slightly depressing and not very interesting, but this is just a video I've wanted to make. Anyway, but so that's just my life. And I just think it's really important to bring all these things to your attention. This has been my thoughts on being disabled and actions towards disabled people. Yeah, so if you could give this a like, that would be awesome, and maybe share with some friends who just like do whatever you want. I'm not your mother, but you know what, if you want to share this with your friend, that'd be really chill. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.